Hey, what's up? You watching Immediately Kinfolk, your man KARLOUS MILLER, and this one of them ones.
Yo, what's up? It's Immediately Chopper. You're now watching the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. You know what it is, baby. Tap in. Immediately Chopper.
You're watching Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Big dude.
Yeah. This your boy Drummer Boy, a.k.a. D-Boy Fresh, and you watching me right here on Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Beneficial. And yeah.
What's up, man? It's Hit Kid. You watching Immediately Kinfolk.
Yo, what up? This is Penny Hardaway, and you're watching the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Stay tuned.
Immediately, I walk up in the room, these hoes choose on me repeatedly.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Action.
Immediately.
Hello.
Kinfolk.
How are y'all? How you guys doing today? Tis evening or whatever time it is, wherever you at right now watching us. It's the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast, episode 6.
6 of them things.
Okay, this is our 6th episode.
Man, we done had
Times go by fast when you having fun. Penny Hardaway.
Okay, we had Big Boogie.
We had Hit Kid before that.
Yeah. Jewel Taylor,
Eric Robinson, Drummer Boy.
Yeah. Drummer Boy, man.
Big Boogie.
NLE Chopper.
And
who we got today, man?
KARLOUS MILLER, 85 South. KARLOUS MILLER.
Stop playing with us,
Listen. KARLOUS MILLER is one of the best comics that I've seen live.
Man, for sure.
That's just it. That's and I'm trying to stop saying period after everything, but it is the best. It is the best comic that I've seen. Exclamation point.
Period.
Exclamation point. I said exclamation point.
You channeling your inner city girl.
No, pause. Immediately pause.
Immediately no.
Immediately no. We had a great time out there, man, at the Orpheum, the world famous Orpheum Stadium with this guy. And shout out to Nav Green, Clayton English, Ryan, you know what I mean? The whole staff, Thad, everybody over there at 85 South. That team, you know what I mean, was just dope to be able to see you guys live. It was also a blessing to be able to bring out KARLOUS MILLER, man, in front of my home crowd, in front of the hometown crowd.
Legendary, man.
Legendary.
End
of the day comedy tour. He's out there right now on it, man. If you haven't got tickets to it, go get tickets to it. But definitely a great show. And we got some legendary commentary.
Indeed,
we do have with KARLOUS MILLER, man. Coming up, of course, we've got Fresh of the Day. We've got some we've got the Immediately Yes, Immediately No. We've got some Coffee with Kinfolk. You know how we get down. We got a whole lot of it.
Stay tuned.
Just go ahead and roll up and go ahead and get your drinks together or get your food or whatever you want to do and just sit back and just chill with your kinfolks for about the next hour. It's an hour of power. It's the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast. KARLOUS MILLER coming up. Let's go.
Period.
Powered by WorldStar. Powered by WorldStar. You period again. No. Powered by WorldStar.
Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately Kinfolk.
Right now, we're in the fresh of the day. Now, for most of us, it's back to school season.
Yes.
And the kids are back in school. I know my kids are back in school.
Yeah.
And I feel good about it.
Amen.
Indeed. Now, but what I've noticed with the back to school kids, and maybe you guys noticed on a few episodes back when we had Jackson on here, is that are you noticing that the clothes and fashion are going back big and baggy?
Yes.
Baggy clothes are the fresh of today.
Immediately,
let's talk about that. Okay, what do you feel about it? You know what I mean?
It reminds me of like in high school, like the big white tees, the oversized pants, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. Like I can definitely still not fit clothes from back then today.
Yeah, exactly.
Would that be?
It's amazing how the fashion seems to go. Now it went from the skinnies to baggies, you know what I mean, and saggies.
I can appreciate that.
I definitely can too, though. I like to see, once again, I try to tell my son this fact, you know, and it sounds like I'm repeating the same broken record to my parents, but it's like there's nothing new under the sun.
It's definitely not.
You know what I mean? And the thing about the 90s era, and also that early 2005 wave of that 2004-5 era, it was big clothes.
Yeah, everything.
And then most of that still derived from the 90s, because the 90s was the first era to be able to do it. And now in the 2005's era, lean with it, rock with it, all the stuff is big clothes. And it's coming back again. You know what I mean?
Next thing you know, they're going to be wearing their jerseys backwards again. And all that.
Back to it or whatever, man. But I do like the baggy swag. I do think this for the fall fashion for back to school. I'm going to get a few baggy things, man. You dig what I'm saying? And then you might get some baggy Immediately Kinfolk Podcast merch.
You did.
For y'all to be able to check out, man. But that's the fresh of the day. Get you some baggy clothes, man.
Go get you some, man.
All right? Let's go ahead and get into this interview right now with KARLOUS MILLER of 85 South Podcast, the team, the dream team. You know, he's been on Wild 'N Out. He's been on everything. This guy is definitely, and you know what? It's funny thing about,
and he's on his own tour right now.
He's on his own tour right now. And the cool thing about him is that at the DeRone movie, the dunk that they use a promotion for that particular movie, that's Carlos's dunk.
Stop playing with it.
Yeah, that's his dunk.
Immediately, yes.
So I think I posted. I'm gonna show you this picture right now. See that? Yeah, that's me with the KARLOUS MILLER DeRone dunk. So he's into the cars, he's into the comedy, of course, and film, television.
Let's let him tell him, man. Let's let
Carlos tell you. Without further ado, it's 85 South's KARLOUS MILLER on the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast.
Immediately Kinfolk.
You did.
That way you entertaining that.
Yeah, going down over Auntie out.
Man.
She let you cut loose a little bit.
Oh, what? She found that you talk on the phone till you get tired.
And I might play them video games all night. You know what I'm talking about?
And she got a few little dollars for you. Auntie gonna look out. She your auntie gonna pick you up for the little movie. Auntie coming late on purpose.
Yeah.
You supposed to been at the house.
See, I'm glad you saying that because my wife, she was kind of pushing against, Queen was pushing against the auntie vibe.
Oh, God.
Because of the way they show the aunties on the memes and stuff like that. Like, it can be a bad light. But see, how you kicking it is exactly what my wife, Queen, need to hear.
You see what I'm saying? I think it's the word auntie that scare women off because women don't want you to be, they don't want to be classified by their age. Right. They don't want to feel like they too old to be doing this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but they quick to tell us, you too old for that shit.
Yeah. Ain't that something, bro? It is the oxymoron of marriage that, I'm married. I've been with mine 21 years this year, 21 years. What about you, Carlos?
Man, me and my lady have been in each other's lives back and forth for 13 years, man.
13
years? Yeah, bro. This is crazy because we thought we was through with each other. Every time we through with each other, bro. We done split and ran in opposite directions.
Yeah, come right back to each other.
And ran right back into each other.
Yeah,
so
boomerang effect.
Yeah, man. Like when you've been with somebody a long time, they really know like you. They get to see you in all these different seasons and shit. So it's just so crazy that every time that me and her end up at a space where it ain't nobody else, we just always find each other. Even if we ain't even on that, we'll check in. Like she'll find out I'm single, I'll find out she ain't talking to nobody. And we got so many friends between us, it's just like, even if we weren't in each other's lives, we would still know every detail of each other's lives. So it's just crazy to just be back in some shit I done lived so many times. Some shit she done lived so many times.
Yeah, man.
It ain't never been nothing that we couldn't like. We never did the final straw and like really hurt each other to the point where we couldn't
come back.
Like it's over.
The whole point of no return.
Yeah, so this really, like you say, you've been married for like legally 21 years, but this is like a good hood marriage. It's like, it's a good hood marriage. Like in hood years, we've been together like 30 years.
Yeah, I give y'all I was finna say 35. I was say 35 because y'all got the boomerang effect going on. You know what I mean? And I do believe when something is meant for you, it's just meant for you. And the time of it and being able to trust God's timing and aligning, you know what I mean? Because there are things that you have to prepare for or be ready for. We were talking about that today before we pull up. Fresh was like the preparation of the blessing. You know what I mean? Because if you ain't prepared for it when you got it, you know what I mean? It's really about knowing what to do with what you got. You know what I mean? And that quote was a chance favors to prepare a man. You know what I'm
Indeed, he does. Yeah. Indeed, it does. You know what I'm saying? So I think that prepares you. Them hood
Immediately,
it prepares you, man. KARLOUS MILLER, you on your tour out here in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And you from the SIP.
Yeah.
Talk to me about
Oxford, Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about that. And I know that you told me you stopped earlier to see your family.
Well, Oxford being so close to Memphis, it's like with that relationship. We had plenty of shows in Oxford, and it's literally down the street. Yeah. And in Mississippi, you can't tell us in North Mississippi that Oxford ain't the shit. No, so anytime I'm in the area of Memphis, I'm at home. Yeah, because I could pull up, my folks could pull up. I got a gang of family in Memphis, you know what I'm saying? So this has always been home. I always did my school shopping in Memphis. When I first got the car, this was the first, you know what I'm saying? This the first long trip You know what I mean? That you jump in the car and you
slide up to Memphis.
Exactly.
Hop on the slab.
So Memphis is, it's essential to Oxford because this is the closest major city to us. It's way closer than Jackson. It ain't nothing between here and Jackson, except little small ass towns.
And you got Ole Miss down there. And you got Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Ole Miss.
But we come to Memphis to do our real shopping and shit like that. Or when a nigga want to come get his car fresh and shit. It's so many things that niggas in North Mississippi come to Memphis to do. Yeah. So it's just like this home to us.
Yeah. Right down the street.
Yeah. And then my uncles and all them, they been here since the early 80s, trapped out and everything. When they caught the charges in Mississippi and they told them they could never come back to Mississippi to live, this where they come.
Yeah. Say, well, to Memphis we come.
Yeah, so my family history is deep in Memphis, man. My auntie had a beauty salon in Memphis for like 60-something years, man.
We were speaking about that earlier, man, how, Memphis was always kind of that gateway place that people would go to, on their way up to Chicago and then on their way up to New York and Harlem and all that back in the day, you know what I'm saying? So it's always been a connection.
It's
Memphis,
been a portal.
Mississippi, all that.
It's been a portal here. I always say that when you talk about
90% of people that you meet from Memphis will tell you they got another part of their family right across the bridge in Mississippi.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
You go 30 minutes. 30 minutes either way. You're gonna be in Mississippi. You're gonna be in Arkansas.
Right.
We talked about that earlier. You know what I mean? That's just the progression of it. But there is a portal of whole genres of music were created here. You know what I'm saying? So when I see
it's a hub.
Yeah, it's a hub. Mm-hmm. It's a portal, and it continues.
But you got to keep in mind, Memphis is like I don't like comparing Memphis because Memphis is Memphis. Yeah. But to the south, it's got that Detroit vibe.
Yeah.
Because Memphis is always gonna be fresh.
Yeah.
They're always gonna have their own shit going on in Memphis that's only going on in Memphis.
Yeah.
A lot of styles come from Memphis. A lot of music come from Memphis.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting ass people come from Memphis. You might just be in Vegas and you hear niggas say music and be like, nigga, you from Memphis? I know exactly where you from. Nigga. I can tell by the way you talk. You feel me? And it's, Memphis is stand out in the room.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things too that we make sure that Memphis get its credit for because we've been listening to the coldest raps since the early 90s, the coldest beats. All this shit a lot of this shit is coming around for the second time.
And there are uncles like us that been around to be able to see what's going around, like that boomerang effect to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel like your best attribute is for like the culture? Like, because I see like you far are more than just a comedian. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You are an uncle and a father figure out here to other people that follow your wave, and I want to give you respect and roses on that first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because I love that. You know what I mean? You're like one of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when I see
that's my attribute.
Yeah,
you should answer your own question. I'm from Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
But if you put me anywhere around some niggas, it's gonna look like I'm from them.
Yeah.
You can drop me out anywhere you put anywhere, not black people. So you put me where some niggas at, man, you look like my
negativity.
Right. You get what I'm saying? And it's just, I'm a project baby. It ain't like I gotta fake it. I ain't gotta prove myself. It's just that nigga, if you put me in a room with 100 niggas that went to school and 100 niggas from the projects, it ain't gonna be no confusion.
So that
I'm a chameleon.
That segues me into this. Like, you talk about growing up, being able to blend in any group of niggas. Like, so when did you find that spark, that initial spark for comedy?
Early in life. I remember the first time.
No nigga be checking like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, that's one of them things where it's like, ain't nobody never got there. I was the nigga that would fire your ass up.
Yeah, you was the one doing the
I got 1,000 different ways.
You kept coming in.
Nigga
ready. Every day. Nigga on your ass.
This is what made me strong in that.
Yeah.
I was always the youngest nigga around who was talking the most shit.
Yeah.
So that came early. Yeah. 3, 4, 5 years old. I've been talking shit since I knew how to talk.
But there's a level of when you realize that it's a special, that it's a gift. Like, there's a
when people started inviting me to shit, to talk shit.
Yeah.
When I would be at the crib chilling and not at the party, a nigga would call me and say, man, pull up.
Yeah.
Man, come talk some shit.
Turn us up.
It's about 30 folks over here and they all want to hear you. I'm talking about this before I even wrote a joke. Motherfuckers would just call me to pull up and talk shit.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers wanted me around. And then it was like, I started doing like some battle rap type shit. Like I could always like freestyle rap. Yeah. So I started going to these freestyle battle raps at Ole Miss and shit. Yeah, just fucking around though. Yeah. I remember one time I won this shit in my pizza man unit.
Entertainer.
Exactly.
An entertainer.
You know what I'm saying? I was delivering pizza and I would deliver to the shit and I won the shit as I'm delivering the pizza. So bro, I've done all kind of shit like improv comedy, stand-up comedy, anything where you could be a performer, like you said, entertainment, man. That was always my bag.
Now, some I looked up. Is it true you used to be a firefighter?
Yeah, it's very true. That's a fact that people will not accept, bro. Now, I don't want you to think that it's like I was great at it or no shit like that. I was on the fire squad. Yeah. I was an active member of the fire.
My brother's a fireman. Shout out to my brother.
I was a real fireman that was hired for to work for the city of Oxford. I really went to fire academy.
Saving lives out
I didn't go to a whole bunch of scenes, but the ones that I went to were enough for me. Thank God that he didn't put me in no situation where I would have to actively use these skills.
But it's good that you are that kind of individual
the only shit I really got good at,
man, a hero
in the at the fire academy was the Jaws of Life. Now I was a fool on the Jaws of Life.
So you opening up everything,
bro. Like one of our projects for our class was we had to cut a car up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I went crazy. I went crazy.
Back to the hood ways.
Man,
I'm gonna break this bus down 4 minutes flat.
Yeah,
the chop shop rolling. Immediately chop shop,
bro. That fire academy ain't no joke. It is no joke. It really tests you, bro. I seen this dude have a heart attack.
Damn.
Like, because he panicked. They got this big room, right? It's like a 2-story building, but the whole inside, they got this blackout paint, but you have to like crawl through it with a smoked out mask, and you got to find your way out.
Yeah.
And they got like, it ain't no straight way. You got to literally get lost in this motherfucker.
Damn.
And they got like trap doors, laundry chutes, and you can literally get stuck in the wall, you know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is,
it sounds like one of them. What's some escape room?
It literally is an escape room, but you're doing it blindfolded with a concrete air tank. So it's like they got this thing, so it feel like you can't breathe, but if you breathe, it's this little thing that goes like back and forth, like a cutoff valve, to simulate you having the oxygen on.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people just like they just panic in their mind and freak and run out, and he was like 5 feet from the door, man. He had a whole heart attack. That shit scared the hell out of me.
Hey man, that fear will paralyze you, man.
Because it's all in your mind.
Yeah, it's all mental.
Yeah, and that's the whole little point of these exercises to do it with this. Cause they got this one thing where it's like they show you a course. It's 3 of those, those orange cones in the road, the barrels.
Yeah.
They line them up 3 by 3, and they like all you gotta do is go around them, but you gotta do it with this mask on. Bro, it take you all day to do this shit.
Damn.
I don't care how you can sit there and be like, I got the picture in my mind. But then they grab your stuff, they spray water on you, they have you all disoriented, and you just be basically going around this one cone all day, not even knowing what you're doing. You just looked at it.
Yeah.
See, that's the mental, psychological things that they do. It kind of puts me in the mind of they clone Tyrone vibes when people know how to like test you and see what brings certain things out of you and what gets this thing out of you and all that. And the fact that you did that, it says a lot about you know what I'm saying?
Bruh, I feel like I've lived so many lives, man.
Yeah.
Cause like anytime you do, like you get a job or you spend some time doing some shit, you take something away from that.
Yes, you do.
So I spent a lot of time,
life
like,
skill,
you know what I mean? Like, you know what it's like growing up in this area. You don't really feel like you could be an entertainer or be successful or make a living doing that. So you push yourself to get all these jobs for security because you don't want to feel like you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like I had all these crazy ass jobs. Bro, I used to do this shit right here. Yeah. I used to lay pipe in buildings, and it was one of the best paying jobs I had, but it was the most pointless job I ever had. I'm literally just cutting and measuring pipes all day. They think I'm good at it because I know how to fucking read a tape measure. It's literally right there. You make a mark and you cut it.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised how many people fuck this job up.
Yeah.
So you good at whatever you put your mind to.
Whatever I can put my mind to. But it's hard to get me to put my mind to shit.
But that wasn't your passion, though, right?
Exactly.
So it's like, the money good, but it wasn't my passion.
Man,
so
even looking at it now, it was good.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah.
Man, I was making...
It's a life experience, though. I think the thing with life is like, okay, what makes you wisdom, what has wisdom, wisdom looks better on anybody.
Right.
Wisdom looks better on any outfit you put on, any chain you can rock is wisdom. But what gives you wisdom is experience. It's being smart and then having the experience. And you're using these experiences because I don't feel like it's like time non-refundable, so I feel like everything is like a lesson and a blessing. Right. So it's like if you still here, like, okay, you still like more lessons and blessings that you're going through. And it's like...
You know, one of the dopest shits, though, is like, when you're talking about the lessons and the blessings, is like I said, that the couch that we have on the show is magic.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe that shit, me and this nigga right here
immediately
sat on that couch listening to some beats this before the show.
Yeah. This was you know, we've been able to all experience moments where we've seen like two or more gathered and God be in the midst. I want to say, you guys, I think, are some of the best improv guys that I've ever seen do this skill set theatrically, period, point blank. I want to let you guys know that because it just feels effortless the way y'all do that. And me at y'all podcast, I saw it in real time, and I experienced the timing and the move, and you allowed me to really be me. Right. You know what I mean? And I come in there playing music, and I play this record, and this record is the pressure joint. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cooking up and I'm playing the joint. And then, you know, as each of the 85 South crew come in the door, we running back this record. Carlos like, man, hey, no, DC, listen to this. Chico, listen to this. Clayton, listen to this. You know what I'm saying? New face in there. And it's like that camaraderie and that confirmation of what that beat was, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a seed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I knew that jump was something different, right? Wham, okay. I put the record out, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, okay, let me put it out and get my fan base on it. But then I did something that I felt like is what a lot of people lack at. Okay, when I put it out, bam, I felt like the record, even though I did what I could, I feel like the record could fit somebody else. You said that yourself. You was like, man, you could put Juicy Fruit. You just start naming people that you felt like. And we went around a room and it was like, yo, who do you hear on this record? It's like really getting quality control on what we finna get ready to do with this content, right? Right. Mm-hmm. These names that he named, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, bam, we Glorilla. The opportunity, she comes by Tree Sound and she in there, and I'm like, yo. Even though I put this record out with Juicy Fruit on it, I'm like, I feel like she has the audience in the base, so I'm feeling like, yo, listen to this beat. You know what I'm saying? Take me out of it, but just listen to the record. And when she heard that joint, she heard the same thing that we heard when we did the podcast. Right. That ended up being the record, Get That Money. She ended up putting Gloss up on it, and she performs it in her set list right now. You know what I mean? Immediately, and that was a testament to just the corporate faith and belief in that room. Is I just saw you guys just pray together as a unit. I think what you represent, bro, is this is just like this leader of sort. You know what I mean? Like you're just like his leader, this king.
You got this foresight, bro.
And this foresight, this vision. Yeah. Is that how you saw all this? And what inspired that?
That's how I look at shit. That's how I look at the entertainment world. Bruh, I think that once you get into a position or you get into a platform or you are a star, your job is to find the next one. Yeah. Your job is to show people it's other motherfuckers out here.
Yeah.
Because we black people, we're 100 years behind on everything.
Everything. First generation, all the time.
So you using your light to shed, like, you dig what I'm saying?
Bruh, I want my whole goal as an entertainer or to use my platform, and I want to find somebody doper than me. Yeah. I want to be the nigga that introduce you to the next Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you dig what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying? I don't ever want a motherfucker to get on the podcast and be like, yeah, man, I tried to fuck with Los and he shitted on me. Because I know what it's like to be in that position. Yeah. First of all, everybody got a talent. Right. Yeah. But do you understand the commitment that it takes for somebody to come up to you and have that belief in themselves already and be like, look, I do this. You telling me this for a reason. Even if I'm not in your industry. You think because I'm a comedian, I ain't gonna know the dopest, the hardest record that I just heard.
Yeah, for sure.
You think I ain't gonna know a nigga who can rap because I do comedy? Nigga, I might not be able to get you a deal, but I'm gonna bring you around the motherfuckers I know who in this industry.
Right. Immediately, yes.
You get what I'm... He know if I call him about some music shit, it ain't just like a nigga I met at the gas station, unless I just met a nigga who I know that he could... If he get with the right people...
Hey, you saying something trill though, bro, because look, man, like you said, bro, we supposed to be using all of these, you know, all these fields, man, to level the playing field.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why play gatekeeper when you can, you know, if somebody who worthy, they really worthy and they got the talent, come on, man, go on, show them.
Bruh.
Show them the 1-2.
And y'all do that on y'all platform
all the
every
time.
week, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
We salute them kings, man,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's
that trio spill, not trying to play gatekeeper, but being able to lift up everybody over the gate.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Because you know, as an entertainer, you don't get in this shit by yourself.
No, man, it's too many.
You can be the best rapper, the best producer, the best actor, but if you don't get somebody to validate you or show you how to get validated or show you, you playing the game right, but you're not playing around the right players.
Yeah, that's
you playing in your driveway. You the coldest nigga in your hood.
And that little pond.
Right.
It's a river over here, man.
Man, they have trials at the gym and walking distance, and you won't even commit enough to walk up in there.
Yeah, man, that's something on camera. Let me give my brother his flowers, man. That's something he always instilled in me, bro. You know what I mean? To try to show me the real way to do it, bro. Nah, bro. Okay, yeah, that's cool, bro. Look, you can do it like this, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can sell them beats for $500, but let me show you how to get $50,000 for these joints. You know what I mean?
You'll never get $50,000 if you never ask for it.
Real spill.
Immediately,
spill.
Who you?
Ism alert.
Ism alert. Ism alert. Ism alert.
Yo, my hand down.
They'll make you believe that your $50,000. They'll make you believe that your $50,000 shit costs $500.
Yeah, real spill.
And then they'll leave and say, "You won't believe this shit I just got for $500."
For sure. Immediately,
that real spill right there.
Repeatedly, yes.
But see, if you know anything about the music business, you ain't gonna never have nothing for sale for $500.
Yeah.
If you doing that, you might as well give it to them for free.
Yeah.
Real spill.
Because if they in the position to buy it for $500, they already adding up what's gonna be made off this.
Yeah.
You know, you done heard that story 1,000 times.
Yeah,
if I would have had my paperwork straight.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I say Eddie Murphy. I say Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
I say.
Hold up, before you say anything else, let me put this out here.
Okay.
One of the craziest days I had, right?
Yeah.
You know, I always fuck with Nav about not dropping shit about 85 South to Eddie Murphy, right?
Yeah.
So one day, I'm at the studio. I meet Chico and DC at the studio. I walk up to the front. DC called me on FaceTime. Nigga got Eddie Murphy on that bitch.
Eddie Murphy.
I'm like, OG, I love you to death. I'm a loss for words.
Yeah.
Walk outside. Nigga, Chico got Martin Lawrence.
Damn.
On FaceTime. I said, and Martin Lawrence, as soon as he saw me, he said, it's one of the funniest niggas in the country. I started to just get in the car and go home.
That's like done.
Bro, you don't talk to Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence on the same day.
Wow.
And they do this right here.
Yeah,
wow.
Come on, man.
That's dope.
Put that stamp on you.
So
like
we
that.
got Martin and Eddie.
Flowers,
Who else you got on there?
Martin, Eddie, Richard.
Yes.
So if you had to go to a show, not go to a show, you know what I'm saying, and throw a show, those three.
Shit.
I see what you did there.
I'm
You like
not
that?
go.
I spent it.
I see what you did there. Wow.
Okay. This is the only way that you can even logically make that make sense.
Okay.
You don't go to Martin's show because he gonna have another one.
Oh.
You see how you tried to make me
I see what you did.
I'm gonna catch you because he on tour. When he pop out, he got 50 dates. I missed one Martin show.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to the Richard Pryor show because that's comedically. I feel like that's my comedic grandfather.
Yeah.
He laid the blueprint down, and I can just listen to this dude talk about anything, and it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, he had
Hilarious.
You know, I said it this morning. My quote I've been going with my ism alert has been, you know, when you feel something, conviction cannot be fabricated.
Right.
At all.
Conviction can't be fabricated, and I think when he speaks with so much conviction, Richard Pryor does. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's nothing like it.
Man, it's the details in the story of the shit that he make you laugh about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dave got a little bit of that in him too.
Ooh, Dave.
Yeah. But see, Dave Chappelle is so smart that you don't even understand. He's making us watch the news in a way that we're entertained by it. Dave Chappelle talk about the most newsworthy shit in the most comedic, brilliant way.
Yeah.
You get what? And it's never not. It's never like his punchline is never not something you can't understand as a nigga.
Yeah.
You get, even if you don't like the joke the punchline hit.
The nigga and you gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Nigga.
He give you all these different point of views, bro. But I would love to see Eddie Murphy pop out after all these years. That man got 35 years worth of shit to talk about. He been one of the biggest stars in the world for the last fucking 40 plus years.
That's too loud.
The shit that he would make us laugh at.
He never fell off.
Man, I'm talking about that shit under your rib.
Nah, he know what he doing.
He's a master of comedy. He's so look at the shit that he is. He made us laugh at a donkey and Shrek.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah, man. Eddie Murphy is
immediately big fast plus tax.
As long as he's alive, he is the #1 king of comedy because he got the pedigree. Yeah. He was groomed by Richard Pryor. He got to work with him later in life with the Red Foxes. Yeah. Everybody that he came in contact with told him that he was the one. He was literally the golden child.
Oh, nice.
And then Dave Chappelle, he's been doing comedy since he was 14 years old.
I got a chance to.
So he is one of those ones. He's an elite scholar.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you on your way, bro.
You definitely on the way, bro. You're elite. But then you're also elite in different facets of life because you're also elite on them cars.
Them donks?
Like how many cars do you have?
You need the number.
Can I have a car?
I got a lot.
Can I just have one of the old schools? I promise I'll bring it back. My wife feels like if I just need if I get out my system for like a month, I won't spend the money, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do it.
Gave me a brilliant idea.
So she feels like that, you know what I'm saying? I want to just like, she's like, no, don't just like, you know what I mean? But nah, seriously, she like old schools too, though. We might want to holler at you about redoing something about.
The shop about to open.
Yeah, the bus. The shop's opening?
The shop is open.
Speak on the shop opening.
Man, I'm opening the shop, Baby Bird Automotive, man.
Baby Bird Automotive.
Got 8,000 square feet.
Oh, man.
Doing some custom shit. We're gonna be doing.
We should do our own version of Pimp My Ride, like a new version of that.
We got capacity to do all of that.
Yeah, we should do some crazy.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, you got the car on the Daycon Tyrone.
That's the promo car.
That's your
73 Impala is that's one of mine.
That's immediately, yes,
sir.
But you never asked me how many cars do you have.
All right, well check this out. I lost count.
Damn.
Hey, that ain't no flex. I really lost count. But if you can think of a hood classic, I got it. I got Camaros, El Caminos.
See, my dad
that 96 Impala is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I got a few of them.
That's
one 96 SS. One of my favorites.
That's that machine right there. I call it that masterpiece.
Do you have an 84 Camaro?
84?
Yeah.
I'm more into I got like an 88 IROC.
Ooh, 88 IROC.
The dope boy. The dope boy IROC.
I remember listening IROC summers. Man, you had the IROC and the herringbones. And man, listen.
You were the man.
Man, Memphis, man.
With a nouveau.
Oh my God, with a nouveau fade.
One of my favorite lyrics from Memphis is from DJ Paul, man. Purple Chevy, gold hammer gleaming when I see you pass. Come on. You feel me?
Yeah. I love the way you follow the car culture. I think it's dope.
Cars has been so it's so much part of like a black man's life and journey. Yeah. Everybody, we all got them family members where you done been sitting up and you can look back at them pictures and you can see how happy your uncle was when he
shout out to my cousin.
When he
like
came
right
off
now,
the showroom floor with that Camaro. Nephew, 350, 4-barrel, 4 in the blow. Come on, man. And it's just like everybody uncle got that list. I had a 1968.
They gonna tell you now.
RSSS Camaro that I paid $300 from the junkyard for. Me and my brother Larry took it home and we spent $100 and put a 400 transmission in there, and it was the fastest motherfucker around this motherfucker. Ask anybody. I'm talking about you do it, tap the gas. Burn the goddamn. You tap that gas and burn the goddamn tires off.
You know what you sound like right now, bro? You sound like Uncle Robert, bro.
Uncle Robert, listen, when I hear him talk, bro, he feels like Uncle Robert to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I grew up around all these people, bro. I used to go to card games with my grandma, and it's just like I remember all these people. Like these were such the wildest characters. Like it looked like looking back, like playing the memory in my mind. It would remind you of like the opening scene of a movie. Just imagine being 3, 4, 5 years old, house full of your grandma and them friends talking shit, playing blues, frying fish.
It's a bud in the air.
Selling chicken plates.
It's a weed in the air.
It's reefer. And then it's like, that's why I wish that we still had a little reefer around sometimes.
I can smell it right now.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's like that smell. You can just smell it on your daddy's fingers.
You know he's been doing something, daddy. In a happy mood.
Eyes a little red.
The vibe, the music playing.
Look, Wayne on you to put me out the room.
Come on. But when you go back in the room, you see that cloud up in there. The record still playing.
Everybody happy.
Stuck.
They in there freestyling. Them folks in there rapping and shit.
Come on. Nah, man. Listen, we used to live in Greenbrier, Fraser, boy. My cousin, Cedric Coleman, man. We used to live in Greenbrier. And we was all had it's all these apartments in Fraser, bro, which is where Glorilla's from.
Yeah.
And also Big Boog. Y'all had him on your show too. Big Boog, shout out to him. Yeah. He was just on our jump, bro. Yeah. We used to come to this spot.
Fuck me like you love me.
Yeah.
That nigga got the oldest nigga voice. That voice, that nigga cold, man. Shout out to Big Dude.
But in that Fraser, bro, we used to be over there, bro, and it's like, the apartments was like, we stayed in the front, my cousins played in the back. Bro, we used to go in an apartment, bro, and it just be like, man, like it's like a whole nother portal in a 2-bedroom apartment, like that was going on back there, bro. Just that vibe you talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga Fraser boy, your cousin.
Yeah, he wrote a hard out here for a pimp.
That nigga on that Juicy J, that nigga came in right out and said, "Nigga, I don't fuck with you. Nigga, you don't fuck with me." I fuck with Fraser boy. Just cause I don't start shit, don't mean I won't bust heads.
Talk to him.
All right, come on now.
Nah, definitely, man. You definitely know the history, man, of the town. You know,
man, a lot of Memphis in from the city.
I fuck with Memphis.
No cap, last night.
No, these are family members. You know what I'm saying?
And you know one of my all-time favorite Memphis rappers that you never hear nobody bring up?
Who?
Motherfucking Tom Ski Man.
Oh, shout out to Tom Ski Man.
Man.
Yeah. You know, I was listening to and just like I went back to Lock 'Em in the Trunk. And I'm listening to the Lock 'Em in the Trunk, right? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you,
Players Circle.
Tony Downs.
Not Players Circle, Project Players.
Yeah, Project Players, you know what I'm saying? That's Criminal Man. Yeah. You know, I had put out an album out with Criminal
Thugs.
Man. Yeah. Back in like 02, you know what I'm saying? I put something out on Crim.
Shout out to Crim.
Yeah, he's still doing the movies.
Scarface Al Capone.
Oh yeah, me and Al, we definitely with the Memphis Grizzlies. He's one
DJ
of the
Squeaky.
Hey,
Squeak Dog.
Squeak Dog.
Lady B.
Yeah.
Lil Jen.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Lil Jen. But I'm gonna say a lot of folks don't talk about Tony Downs, man.
Word.
Listen, Tony Downs
Come on, man.
is the Tony Downs that lost it. I don't know what caused it. Maybe it's because the sucker violated my pimpin'. Dropped him in the steamer's trunk. Smashed the gas and cheaped the blunt. Remainers of the bitch. I bet they caught up in the garbage. Don't you hear me? Listen, lock him in that trunk. He bumped on it, but he got a murder charge right after that. You know what I mean? He went to jail, like immediately went to the murder. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tommy Wright.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, Tommy Wright.
Tommy Wright the third.
Tommy Wright third.
Shout out to his son too, man.
Listen, Tommy Wright, Skinny Pimp are two of the most sampled Memphis rappers. If you look at their, you know, like they have the average monthly listeners on the Spotify joint. Look up Skinny Pimp and Tommy Wright. Look at their, it's ridiculous because they're so sampled by so many people, and they have a whole new career based on just being sampled. Yep. You know what I mean? And because they're in that phase. And we were talking earlier, Fresh, about how
didn't Beyonce sample some Tommy Wright?
Yeah, he's the first song. The first song that is That Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like the first
Princess Loco, wasn't it?
No, it's the first. It's sample. Yeah, it's Princess Loco.
Princess Loco. Yeah. But you know he on the masters.
He on the masters of that jump, but like that.
Team Wanted Men.
Yeah.
Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Nah, it's for sure, man. Like I love the fact that you give it up to the people in the area, bro. Like the respect. You know what I'm saying?
But you don't understand. Well, I'm telling you, coming to Memphis, bro. My stepbrother probably had every Memphis rap tape that dropped in the early 90s, bro. I'm talking about niggas that was known and unknown. Yeah. That nigga had me listening to this nigga named Catfish the Madman. I ain't never seen that tape twice, bro.
Yeah.
And he had the most extensive collection of Memphis mixtape, probably that I've seen to this day.
Wow.
Because we used to just come up here and get mixtapes and just get new shit. And you know, some of that shit you couldn't even get. You would just have to record it from somebody. Because it wasn't some of them tapes, bro. Do you understand that DJ Paul he was already up to volume 16 before they had a deal.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
You will see the classic DJ Paul volume 16, but nigga, it was some shit that came before that.
That was hard.
A whole lot of shit.
That was super hard. That was super hard like that. But I talk about this today with my brother Dirty Fresh as far as the sound of Memphis. I love the fact that right now Memphis we getting our roses and we getting sampled a lot. But I do think like I love to see more of the new Memphis rocking. You know what I'm saying? I like when we talk about how Pooh Shiesty hit the game and like it's like that new Memphis, like you know what I mean, and like and not because now when everybody's sampling our old stuff, it's gonna oversaturate shit. Like
but
you know
I love
what I'm
how
saying?
the new shit still got elements of the old shit without it being biting.
You know what I'm saying? That's like
it's the influence.
You know what I mean?
It's the influence. Like for my generation, we came up listening to DJ Paul, Squeaky, Drummer
from
Boy,
BAZ,
even,
so
you know what I'm saying?
that's your block,
But like, you know, Drummer Boy, we still looking at Drummer Boy and Apostles, like that's the influence. It's a ripple down effect. You can't help but have it in you, because that's what you heard your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Jazzy Faye always give Memphis a lot.
Because Memphis is where he's from.
Exactly.
He's right here. His dad was in the barcades. He's always been a soul
Jazzy Faye used to be singing in front of the mall of Memphis back in the day, bro.
Bro, this how much I fuck with Memphis. And this how you know I'm stamped.
Yeah.
Nigga, I've been to Liberty Land a bunch of times. Nigga, I've been to Liberty Land a bunch of times.
Let's give it up.
I'm talking about let me say it one more time. I've been to Liberty Land a bunch of times. I done had my t-shirt airbrush.
Come on, man. Hey, man.
Nigga, I done rode the Zippy Pippin.
Whole lot of Zippy Pippin.
Listen,
The
Zippy Pippin, you're very lucky that there was no lawsuits filed. Because that wood thing that was going around,
peeling up on
that sound, it wasn't. That was real scary, man. That was scary.
You only did that jump one time.
Nigga, I done had an Easter suit from Greg's and Burt's.
Greg's. That's who.
Come on, man.
I've been to Burt's and Greg's. You know what I got from Burt's? You know what I got from Greg's? My first pair of slick jeans with the 8 balls on.
Right.
The suits.
2 for $1.
The Street Bright Levi's.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You remember when niggas had the finesse high top that was suede with the different colors?
Come on, man. Immediately, man. The suede feelers all the way to the man. Come on, man. I had damaged jeans, used jeans. You know what I'm saying? Skids. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, we go back with this fashion. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, bro. Listen, the 85 South, the Netflix special, you just had that, bro. Y'all shit number 1 on that jump, bro.
Yeah, that shit went number 1. That's
number 1.
Salute.
How did you, like, you seem so, you're so humble. And I believe if you stay humble, you won't crumble and your blessings won't fumble.
Exactly.
But has your life changed? Because it seems like, you know, you were like you were first like underground king status, right?
Right.
And if you knew, like, yeah, I know other people like that in this room that's the same way.
Y'all niggas popping, man.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of here. It's out. You know what I mean?
I always looked at it as like, I always look at this shit like this, all this just the intro.
Yeah.
I don't never feel like we
just
made it. Or like, oh yeah, we the shit. I still got the same grind. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah, you know how that shit be. It's cool to win that. Yeah. It's cool to go number 1. It's cool for the world to see it. It's cool to build that fan base. It's cool to build that brand.
Yeah.
But it's like,
next move, the best move, man.
I'm still focused on some bigger shit.
Immediately,
next move, the best move.
The bigger shit. I want that. Bro, I would do podcasts, right?
Yeah. And mind you guys definitely
Joe
inspired
Rogan
me.
Got the number 1 podcast.
Yeah, he does. $100 million man.
No, 200.
200 now.
200.
I want some of that.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying
is,
if he number 1,
right,
and he can get 300 million.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm number 11.
You dig?
I think it's
how many millions I'm supposed to get?
You know, we have this conversation quite often.
Let me let you know that you guys inspire. This is you guys inspire us, and we see that, and we see it, and it's like, yeah. I feel like just like we talked about with the collective bargaining right now with the NBA, like everybody getting these big super bags right now, and we should all like as media as far as black media, you know what I'm saying? Those that are real, that really are from this, that can really talk, not just pop up a microphone and get you a roadcast or whatever and start a thing, but really have something to really be able to give the culture and have wisdom to be able to give the culture. And I think it's all about paying it forward. And I'm seeing you do that. And I love that your mind state is where it's at. Yeah. It's like, you can't spend all today talking about yesterday, because guess what? You're going to be late for tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know how
I'm just being real, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something right quick, bro. You know, and somebody was doing what you're doing and you're doing it well. Man, you know, I know some days, bro, you know, you probably going through real stuff and you don't feel like being funny. You know what I'm talking about?
Hold on. You see what I'm talking about? I'm about to go through this show.
It's time.
And then we'll do part 2.
Part 2? Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, right.
They call him Tyrone. The man I'm about to bring out is in the movie, man. He got a podcast, he's a rapper, he's an actor, entrepreneur, he does it all. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now. Start clapping for he said, give it up for Mr. Kia. Yeah! Make some motherfucking noise! Boy, I love it. What's up, Memphis, Tennessee? Hold on. I said, what's up, Memphis, Tennessee? You blessed by the best, and you feeling nothing less than God's best. You know what I mean? You came out tonight and you extra crispy. They gotta respect your press, and they gotta say, wow, you dig, man? Let me hear you say, yeah. If y'all ready to see my boy Los, y'all gotta say, yeah.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Come on,
man.
Come on now.
You gifted, man. No, man, you're gifted, man.
I think we just did something for the first time on here.
You did. I mean, all right, so let me catch everybody up on the audio side real quick, because what just happened is we did the part of the podcast, like the first half, and then this man goes out to the Orpheum in Memphis, which is,
for over an hour.
Yeah, and went over an hour and just went crazy.
Yes, sir.
Like, really went crazy, man. And then I'm like, okay, so we talk about a few things that caught my eye with the show. Okay, I make some notes here.
Okay,
at the end of the day.
The day over with.
What was going on when you wrote that joke? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, the joke just came from talking to my OG uncle. He always got these dead-end ass advice.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. Yeah. It don't make so much sense, but it makes so much sense. Yeah. Like, you know how old school niggas give you that advice that don't make sense until you reach a certain point in your life. Like your uncle always said, hey, you'll see. Keep living.
Yeah, go through some things.
Like it's another option. Like, keep living. And then one day you'll sit there and that shit is just
you know
hit
what,
you.
Like, he was right.
That nigga making a
that
lot
shit
of sense.
makes so much sense. You keep living.
I like the, when you were talking about the studs. And you gave the acronym for studs. And could you please tell the people what the acronym is for studs?
Still titties under that shirt. Bro. See, why I started back doing that joke is that I had did the joke and then somebody made it a meme.
Yeah.
And then I stopped doing it because I'm like, I don't want people to think I'm doing jokes from a meme. But I'm like, man, they make all my jokes memes.
Yeah, they do.
So I got to do my shit.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
So
if you don't snap it, then they're going to think you got it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So a lot of people post memes and they think that they don't come from nowhere. A lot of those memes that you see people post that go viral, they be little clips from either like my stand-up set or shit that I said on the show, but people send me shit that they know for. You can look at the words, like how it's worded, and you can just read it in my voice and you'll know that I said this shit.
Yeah. Isn't that so? What do you feel about that? Because there are comedians and there are individuals that, they sick and they just secretly plagiarize the drip.
Amen.
And they try to take what they got and doing and notice with comedy. But when you are in comedy, and someone comes out and tries to do your bit or do it the way, does that happen to you?
Hey, it happens all the time. But see, that's the difference. Some people are thriving in this shit, and then some people just surviving in this shit.
Ooh, immediately, yes. Let's say it again, please.
I said some people are thriving in this shit, and some people surviving in this shit.
Ooh.
Ism alert.
Ism alert.
Yeah.
Immediately, yes.
But you got to think about it, bro. Sometimes it's just like, some people learn from that. You see it with a lot of newer comedians first. They try to do some jokes from some comedians that they think people done forgot about or don't do comedy no more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's just a crutch that they lean on to try to get themselves established. But if they stay in the game long enough, you're going to be forced to create your own shit. So at some point in time, you can't do that. You're not real if you do that. Because it's not like you rapping. It ain't like you can flip a bar. You know what I mean? From artists you respect. It's just like, bro, you can't do that. And that kind of makes you. That ain't like the real comedians ain't gonna look at you like you good if you do shit like that.
Yeah. The respect respect means something to you.
Right. And plus, one day you're going to have to sit in it and know that all these accolades and praises that you were given, you didn't rightfully deserve. It's just like motherfucker using steroids.
Yeah. You got the cheat code. You know what I mean?
You got to cheat a little bit.
You're a sucker MC. You know what I mean?
Sucker MC. You stole my rhyme.
You know you're not real, don't you?
You stole my rhyme.
You know we're talking about you, don't we? You know we're talking about
it's
you.
A lot. But it's
you
sucker
MCs
in every profession.
Oh, it's not the drinks. It's you. We're talking about you. Immediately, yes.
Well, whatever you do, it's some sucker MCs that's involved in every industry. So
I ain't say that.
It's part of the game.
I witnessed you talk about sexual things in this show.
This is a family show,
and I liked it. Because when you talked about the booty.
Yeah, you got.
Oh my God!
There's a lot of people out here that they doing this shit, don't even know it. So that's why we do jokes about shit like that. Shit that everybody can relate to. That's what makes shit fun.
And so is this your process? It feels very, very improv. It feels like you're conversating. Like it doesn't feel as though you've pre-wrote this thing. It doesn't
That's the magic
Is that the magic of it?
That's the magic of it. Because it's just like, you can write a joke, but you ain't gonna tell that joke the same way every night.
Yeah.
And it's just, you gotta keep in mind though, we still got the most ancient art form where we literally have to go and spread our talents through word of mouth.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The magic of the joke is gone if you performing the shit and they seen a clip that somebody recorded. It takes away from the live performance element of it. But it's just one thing about a good joke is a good joke never dies.
Yeah.
So every time I'm about to go on stage, these people have been people who've been around me for the longest, and then they'll say, "Man, you know what joke I want to hear you do tonight?" And it's like, "You want to hear that?" It's like, man, I love that joke. So you do have to have some new shit, some fresh shit, but you do have to perform the classics for people too. Because sometimes one joke is what sold that ticket.
Yeah.
And they want to see that. They got to come and see that. Like, bro, you ain't do my shit tonight. Yeah, so you know how that shit
You got to build it up, you know what I'm saying? Build it up to that little point.
Even if you've heard the joke, though, it's something about seeing the person who created that shit, perform that shit. And it's just like you get the best version of it.
Yeah, I feel it. Let me ask you something on the real side, bro. You know, man, I know you're a comedian. And, man, I know some days, man, you might not feel like being funny and shit. Mother come to you, man, do the joke, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you don't feel like doing this shit. How do you balance that out? You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you going through some real shit right now. I want you to be funny, man, and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's when they get this. That's when you can really see if they really fuck with you, though.
Yeah,
because you could ask people who just been around me. When people come up to me, they don't never be like, not a lot of times, like, tell me a joke. They always want to tell me where they heard me tell a joke at.
Yeah.
Or they'll ask me some shit that is just like, damn, you been fucking with me that long? Like, it just depends on the time period of where they're coming from. So that's how you really build a fan base, though, is you gotta be personable and you gotta be able to put your shit to the side sometimes and kind of, you know what I mean? Even if you ain't in the best of moods, you still gotta kind of perform. That's why people say you don't get to turn the shit off and on.
I see you.
You signed up for it. You know what I mean? So
you signed up for the roller coaster. You can't be mad with the roller coaster if you bought a ticket to the roller coaster.
Yeah,
the roller coaster going up and down.
Yeah,
it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see that your compadre, your kinfolk, your young boy, DC is doing that right now.
Yeah,
because I know it got to be hurting for certain.
Yes, sir. But one thing that makes that man brilliant is that he knows exactly how to move throughout whatever, because he's so strong in his faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was, before any tragedy ever struck, he still was one of the most praying people you'll ever meet. Never put a piece of food in his mouth without saying his blessing. You know what I mean? Before the show, after the show, all in between, bro. He does, and it's even more now because he's in the public eye and he's having to deal with some shit that don't nobody want to see him deal with, and wish that he wasn't dealing with. But it just shows you the character of a man, how he deals with triumph and tragedy.
Yeah, right on.
So much love to my brother. I just went out and he got a new show that he's working on. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I just went and did some episodes with him out there, and bro, he's really in his bag, and he's showing, he's even still showing and proving himself to the Hollywood side of people that he can handle being the host of a show by himself, and he can handle the responsibility, even through all of this. So, man, I'm proud of him.
Nice, salute to their brothers.
Immediately, yes.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, man. Like, and if you feel free, you can just tell everybody the name of it is if you want to.
What he got coming up? Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be one of them things where people gonna be shocked to see him in this bag. He hosting. I tell you, I want him to be able to tell everybody. I don't want to be that nigga that just, if he ain't said nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Indeed.
Yeah, but it's coming.
Indeed. I gotta tap into this real quick though.
What else?
So when you out there and you're in front of those people, and people are looking at you and they want you to make them laugh,
right?
And you come out there and it's like, is that your therapy?
Yeah, it most definitely is, because you gotta keep in mind, bro. It's like when I'm on stage telling jokes, I'm not sitting there like going through the process of this. I'm reading the crowd. Seeing because they're telling me what they want. Yeah, so it's like,
gotta read the room.
My brain is doing 5 different things at one time. I'm telling the joke. I'm preparing the next 3 jokes. I'm reading the crowd for anything that may be out of place. You know what I'm saying? And I'm present in the moment. So it's just like my brain is all over the place. So that's why when I get off stage, I have to kind of regroup and put my shit back together, because I don't know if that shit'll work in real life. If you just out here just mindlessly doing shit. So it's really just therapeutic to go out there and zone out. And my mind it's focused on this one thing. It's like a laser focus that you can't even explain to nobody. And all the comedians that's on the show tonight that ever did a live performance.
Shout out to Clayton too. I see you over there. What up, Clay?
It don't matter if you on stage for 5 minutes. That adrenaline will keep you up all night. Especially if shit went well.
That's what you doing.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to explain this shit. It'd be hard as hell for me to go to sleep after this. My lady will tell you, some nights I can go and lay down and sleep like a fucking log and not move a muscle. And then some nights I have to wake up in the morning and apologize because I just toss and turn all night because I just can't turn my brain off.
It's all the energy, all the energy you just receive. You put all the energy out and get it back.
It's not even the performance part. It'll tell you the most challenging part is the meet and greet.
Yeah.
Because you know how energy works, and if you've given so much energy, and then you go around all these people, and then it's so draining. Just with every touch, every hug, every high five, it's just. You can feel every one of them shits at the end of the day. I know people know what I'm talking about. It don't sound crazy, but that exchange of energy when you get depleted all the way to zero and you like, I can't do nothing. I can't go home. This is one of them nights where I need to go soak. It's like you played a fucking football game.
Need some Epsom salt right
I'm talking about when your whole body hurt and you know, like when players say you left it all on the court. You perform and then you go take 200 pictures and then you just fucking all the way exhausted. But that's the part of the game that nobody talks about. And that's why people need to be rewarded for the shit that they do, man. If you respect people's talent and you support them and you love them, man, support them every way that you can, man.
Real spill.
Immediately, yes.
Because at the end of the day,
the day fucking over with. And you don't want to be that person with a whole bunch of, man, I wish I coulda, shoulda, I shoulda said that, I shoulda, that my dog, man. You got to take advantage of the moments that you have.
Real spill.
Real
man,
shit.
Listen, man, I just want to thank you for your time.
Bro, you know what?
The energy.
And I'm letting you know right now, I'm saying it on here. This would be the first of many.
Yeah.
Because look at the way we had to make this shit happen today. I hit you, I was like, bro, I don't know. I got the family obligation. I ain't gonna be able to make it. Can we shoot it here? When you said I was like, oh, we good then.
Immediately, yes.
We're gonna make it happen, man. We're gonna make it happen.
Let's make that shit happen. And y'all keep this platform open, man, and bring people through here and use it and let people come and talk their shit and all that. The next time I pull up, we get in the studio, we chop it up for hours. Because it's a lot of good games that y'all give.
No, it is, man.
Hey, something else you said in your show too. I ain't gonna be along with it, but man, you said, man, you ain't gonna do everything, man.
And that's not for me to do. They got people for that.
You gotta stand on grid and it's on it. You know what I'm talking about?
But you gotta keep in mind, bro. It's like, nigga, we got integrity.
Real
we men of principle, and it's like, nigga, we know how fast these opportunities can be taken away just by saying no one time. That mean they ain't really for us. Yeah. So if they come and get us, being the niggas that we are, and they want us to perform under these circumstances and come outside of ourselves, these motherfuckers is sick. Yeah. Cause we got sons and nephews and we the head of families and nigga, we come from some of the worst places in America and where respect is everything. The moment that they don't respect us as who we are, and we done earned it after all this shit, it's not worth selling.
Real shit.
Yeah, it's like, nigga, I can come, I'd much rather, like I said on stage, I'd much rather be able to come home and do this shit and stand in front of the community that raised me and them be proud of me for them to, or as opposed to them looking at me like, man, you turned into a whole ass nigga for a couple dollars.
Yeah.
And the words stayed a real
in the words of
2 more
PMC
years and made that pussy ass money.
In the words of PMC, this ain't that monkey shit, man. You know what I mean?
Ain't none of that monkey shit. If you would have just stayed a real nigga 2 more years,
you would have been able to
you would have been able to tell them folks to kiss your ass.
You could sleep at night, you know what I'm saying? You could sleep at night, you know what I'm saying?
That's one thing that we not gonna do is we never gonna challenge our morals, our principles, our integrity, our manhood, our character, none of that. And that ain't even just some shit that we saying.
That ain't no tough guy shit.
That ain't no tough guy shit.
That ain't gangster. That's that man shit.
And that's when you know the nigga is standing on something. When you know when to say fucking no. Every opportunity ain't the one for you.
Yeah, stand for something.
E&O mean next opportunity.
Yes, sir.
E&O.
Damn right.
Immediately, just like that, man. It's been Carlos Miller, man. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard-ass podcast.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And we appreciate y'all for watching and listening, and we're going to keep on doing what we doing.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed, and we're going to move on to the rest.
Respect it.
Yeah, Immediately Kinfolk.
I love that.
Man, salute, man.
I love that one.
Come on,
man. Appreciate you.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Wow. All right. Wow, man. What a great interview. What a great interview right there with Carlos Miller, man. I really got more respect for this guy, man. Every time I get with him, every time I link with him, bro, it's just, you know, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by this guy, man. He's definitely, you know, when you ask him how many cars he got, the man say,
I don't even know.
He don't even know how many cars he has.
I lost count.
I've lost count.
Immediately.
Immediately, yes.
Immediately, yes.
He got a whole lot of Memphis in him too, man.
A whole lot of Memphis,
a whole lot
man.
of town,
a whole lot of town. A lot of, you know, he throw them M's up too.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? So
super dope,
definitely
man.
dope,
Super
man.
dope. He's an immediately yes.
He's an
Immediately yes.
And speaking of which, I think it's time for us to go into some of the immediately yeses, immediately no's.
Indeed it is.
Of social media and the internet of the world that we live in. Shall we?
Shall we?
Right now. Immediately yes, immediately no. Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Let's go.
And on your 40th birthday, you set yourself a challenge, which was that you would sleep with 40 men in one day.
That was my birthday present for myself.
I'm surprised you could walk after that.
Bit of a sore back, but no, it's fine.
And
immediately orange.
Did you afterwards think, you know, what am I doing?
No. I had a fantastic day. Afterwards, me and husband sat
Your
down.
husband?
An honor roll student. He was hanging around his teacher's classroom door in December. The teacher told him to sit down.
And I just kind of was stunned a second. Well, then get away from the door, nigga. And I repeated the same insult because that's sort of what I've been trained to do.
The school district says that is not what they trained English teacher Paul Dawson to do.
He tried to say I said it, and for some, and I didn't say it, I didn't.
Why is this word used so frequently? So I just don't understand it, and I'm trying to understand it. I need help. Yes, I use nigga. I've used it. I admit it. I put the H on it to emphasize it's nigga. You know, nigga this, nigga please.
Yeah, I did on it's on there now because it goes through. You saying? Yeah.
I got a real random question.
What?
Why does that say dick?
Where?
On that picture.
Where do you say dick at? What are you talking about? What picture you seeing?
Above the dog.
Above the dog.
It says dick right there.
Oh yeah, it does say that. The dog's name is Dick, probably. I don't know. I just noticed that, though.
You got a dog named Dick?
I don't have a dog named Dick. It's just I don't know. That's crazy, though. I did not notice that until now.
God, I just looked up and I was like,
I'm like, is he looking? I thought you were reading the shirts, my shirt, the sweater. I'm like, it doesn't say dick. Yeah, that's crazy.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Immediately Kinfolk Podcast, one hard ass podcast for those that are cannabis connoisseurs like we are.
Indeed.
We've introducing a segment of the show just for you. It's called the strain of the day.
The devil's lettuce.
You know what I mean? And I would like you guys just to take the packages that you guys have and just sniff.
Oh, the Wawa.
Do you smell that, man?
Do you smell what the rock?
The Wawa.
Cooking.
This Wawa is a strand that's by Kingston approved. He's the grower. Gas House. Man, this strand is probably since I've got it. You can attest to this, and you can too.
Yeah,
that's all I've been smoking.
That's all you smoke.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is this Wawa, man?
Legitimately.
It is the most euphoric taste of high, like,
it's
to me.
Crazy. And for me, man, what I love about Tree is when you get the front end and the back end.
Yeah.
We love the front ends and the back ends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it gives you that taste on the front end and the aftertaste, man. And this Wawa, man, I mean, it literally tastes like watermelon, bro.
Yeah.
It does. Like, for real.
But it's still pungent, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still gas, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Some Tree is either flavor or it's gas. This joint is a good combination of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But my favorite is still that Pluto. But that Wawa, man.
Pluto is also, if you did not know, Pluto is what Gas House is known for. They're famous for the Pluto. You know what I'm saying?
That's their staple.
But it's their staple. But this is I think it's a sativa dominant, you know what I'm saying? Joint here, but it still has gas. I really think it's
that workflow right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we're in the studio just trying to cook up and keep your energy up.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's also good, too, for after you done put in your work, when you're ready to crash, it's going to take you down through there.
Yeah, I want to show, let me show them a bud. Let me just show some, like, the buds of it real quick. One thing about the bud, like, when you touch it, is like it's soft. You know what I'm saying? Easy to break down, not hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can really tell it's really great flower. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell there's not a lot of PGRs in there.
Not a lot of PGRs in it, man. Like,
and those are pro-growth regulators for those.
I show like
exactly.
that's some terms right there.
Yeah, and when you smoke it too, when you get that white ash. Mm-hmm. The ash is just straight white.
You know what I'm saying? It's clean tree.
Clean tree. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what you need to be looking for. It's our strain of the day. And if you have a cannabis strain that you want us to try to chase, and we're going to let you know whether it's immediately yes, immediately no on the show. You know what I mean? So we're going to tell you the truth about it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you want to get us about it and having your cannabis featured on the strain of the day, hit us up and we'll definitely tap in. But this Wawa today is a strain of the day.
Yes, sir.
Immediately yes.
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yes, indeed.
5 Feather Chiefa approved.
Approved. Let's roll up, shall we?
Immediately Kinfolk.
Yeah.
Yo, this is Kia Shine, a.k.a. Uncle Kinfolk. Some of y'all know me for being a rapper. Some of y'all know me for being an actor. Some of y'all know me from giving inspiration for your situation with Coffee with Kinfolk and being a podcaster, Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Some of y'all know me for being a producer. I produced on Glorilla's last album. Some of y'all know me for my co-writer credit I have on Drake's Best I Ever Had. But what I am first and foremost is a dad to a son with severe nonverbal autism. We have a nonprofit, autismadvocates.org. Become an advocate, support and wear and share our merch. We differ not less, and we blessed by the best.
Coffee with my kinfolk. Coffee with my kinfolk. All right. Soon as I wake, start my day with positivity. Coffee with my kinfolk.
Get some inspiration for your situation. A cup full of positivity with me, and my coffee is always blackjack, nothing but big facts plus tax. Listen, you can't sit and worry about the how and the when. Your job is to just do your part on your end, my friend. Let God or the universe worry about the how and the when. Okay? You just be prepared for the when. Okay? Stop racking your brain about trying to figure out how. Do everything you can, and then God gonna do everything you can. And don't faint. That's the coffee. Subscribe to my bio, coffeewithkinfolk.com. Buy some merch, buy some mugs. Y'all show some love. Y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed. Let them suckers have all the rest.
Immediately Kinfolk.
My favorite time of the show, Moments with the Misses. Big Queen is in the building. Hello, my love.
Hi, guys.
Glad to have you down.
How are you?
Glad
How
to
are
see
ya?
you. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing great. We're doing better than Tory Lanez.
That's mean.
No, I'm just saying we're doing better than Tory Lanez because of
facts.
It's just because of the fact that he just got a 10-piece extra crispy fried hard by what people think could be a broad.
Wait.
Well, let me break this down to you real quick.
Yeah, what do you mean a broad? Like a broad or a broad like a female, a woman?
Yeah, like that was it flowed. You know what I mean?
Did it?
A broad, see? She's a broad. Is it? Listen. Listen. So right now, Meg Thee Stallion right now, like some of the people, I'm just addressing the people, the elephant in the room, is that some people think that he's down there and she put him down there and she locked this man away and she really didn't get shot.
Wait, she didn't sentence him. That was like a judge and a jury. Am I wrong?
You are correct.
Okay.
That is very correct.
That's my issue that like people murder whole people.
Yeah.
And like get a couple years, a few, like what's, and then... Yeah, that doesn't seem like it matches. Something doesn't. I mean, and this was like, I don't know all about it, but it was like a shot in the foot.
Yeah, it was a shot in the foot.
10 years?
Yeah, it was a 10-year shot in the foot. And some
10
people...
years for the toes, but like people get murdered this and just...
And get 19 years. No.
I mean, and then the color of those people that usually only get those couple years.
I feel where you're going with
so that's my thing. Like it doesn't seem that it's like what message... It's the same message, I feel.
Do you feel like with Tory, like he felt like a lot of people felt like he disrespected. His attitude was cavalier. He disrespected the queens. He did a lot of things that put himself in his harm's way. And even after getting bond, he still kept doing things that put himself like at high risk and kind of proving certain people right, even if he had some doubt. Even if it is, I just think it's some reason. It may be some reasonable doubt there, and you have to be guilty beyond reasonable doubt. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's just tough because Meg on the one side, she's like, yeah, he's out of here, gone. You know what I mean?
But she didn't sentence him.
She
didn't sentence him. So if everything is presented to whatever the court happens, and then whether they're going to be fair or not, really doesn't have anything. It's out of her hands at that point, is it not? I mean, once you file charges or whatever, or did
what
she? I don't know the details.
There are details that
I don't know.
It's tricky.
Okay, I don't know.
It's tricky.
Just,
you know what I mean?
To see a young black man go to jail for some poor decisions for 10 years, be sentenced for 10 years, just is like, it's just unfortunate.
And they're saying like he has to do 85% of the time, and you know what I mean?
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. It just lets me know, man, you've got to make sure you're very careful.
Don't put it in the hands of anybody else. Don't put do what you can, because but
do
what you can to not put it in anybody else's hands. Your freedom.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. Do what you can to not be in
nobody in the toes.
No, my pinky toe. Immediately shot my pinky toe.
So, have y'all heard about Lizzo?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunate.
Another scenario where things can go from sugar to shit real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly.
Like very quickly, because just a minute ago, everybody was riding the wave, the big wave that she caused. You know what I'm saying? This big splash that she made.
Okay.
What?
The big wave, that huge current that came. I feel like it's just like but okay. He was just a big news. And it was a big splash. And it was the whole point about it was that we're being heavy on the fact that we're being heavy on the fact that heavy is if you're heavy, be heavy, and we don't love that. And it was a whole, and we can come together and love that. And that was the message. No, absolutely, and that was the point. So that's what I hate to see, like the message that is about self-love and whatever shape or size that you are, to be able to have confidence in who you are and where you are, for that to go, and then to be hiring dancers that are of a certain size that were not employed by a lot of other, artists, I'm sure. Yeah. So that was a great thing. And for that to end or to be in
question,
allege all this, to be in some kind of, to be in any negative light is like super unfortunate.
Do you feel they built her up to like break her down, like to make her like? Do you feel like a little bit like that that's taking place? You know what I mean? Because I look at things like that or whatever, like they let you go through, and then all of a sudden, like.
But I think that's with everyone, and I believe that her message is genuine.
Yeah.
That's just my feeling. And so I feel like it's genuine. So I feel like if that's what it is, then that's what's gonna come out.
That's what's gonna come out, man. Like, I hate to see that she's, but I hate to see that she's missing opportunities like the Super Bowl in 24 and stuff like that or whatever. Because I do like what she represents. You know what I mean? And she's unapologetically her. But if being unapologetically you is causing harm to other people and making people out to be certain things and doing certain things or whatever, like behind closed doors, you know what I mean? Like that right there is an immediately know to me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's we don't know if it happened.
Allegedly.
And she also employed these dancers that would not have been employed in a certain way. So, I mean, that is already a positive.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't give anyone the right to treat people with less respect than they deserve. But we don't know that for sure. At this time. So I'm still going for, like.
To believe that, that is not what it is.
That the message is still a positive message and it's still going to be the same thing,
So, indeed.
But I don't like to see that because I want to see them stick together. That was the whole thing. That's the whole, like.
But you know what? I think it might be just like some of the people Lizzo employed that were over those people. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a... But you know what? The people that work for you are direct reflection of you. Still, and
the lesson that can come from this is still, all right, there's an enemy out there that want to kill, steal, and destroy whatever you enjoy. And it can go from happy to sad. Same thing that make you laugh can make you cry.
Real cool.
All right? And you just don't want it to be at the expense of people that you brought in. You know what I mean? You just don't want that to be that situation. And I hate that if somebody on her watch is doing that and ruining her brand, and it lets anyone out there to know that there's people that you decide to have close to you, you know what I mean? My circle's so small, I cut myself out of it sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got to, you know what I'm saying? That's what I receive from there.
But remember when we talked about, we were talking about how some people, the discipline that it comes with being harsh, and like some people, I feel with dancers, there's also that.
That's a part of that. You know, those people go hard. I don't care.
And they really but you know how this world is.
Work it.
They'll get
get a job at all. You know damn well your fat ass wouldn't be working.
You went too far.
Immediately.
You went too far.
We love
but I'm saying we absolutely do. All shapes, all sizes. But I'm saying that can be the environment with dancers sometimes being like just that strict, like trying to push them and say, and it is in the dancer life, like you gain a pound or you do. It's like a very much.
The regimen is serious. Not, and that was just comedy, but I mean like that. But the regimen is serious though.
Yeah, so somebody can take it that far. Some people are like some of the coaches, some of the trainer. I don't know. They call trainers.
Go walk and get cheesecake.
Yeah, I mean, do what you got to do.
That was
you remember. I'm just saying that, but that's the thing. Like some people feel like because they're selling out shows, selling out arenas, you're blessed to be able to be in this scenario.
Show
me you're working for. Show me what you do for. That's a part of the other thing.
That's the environment.
That is.
Just take good care of yourself.
And everyone
take care of who. Listen, my motto is take care of who.
Just take
care of you.
You know, whatever that looks like.
Put out what you want to get back.
There you go.
Cheers to that.
So we'll
I like that. Take that.
So I hope, but I still, at the end of the day, I'm rooting for her whole message and that it'd be a positive outcome at the end.
No doubt.
Indeed.
Definitely.
So on another outcome, I hate to go back to Kiki Booty Cheek Palmer again. You know.
No, I kind of the whole video thing.
Yeah, come on. See,
I feel like the Queen was appropriate in this. I mean. Because he said something in public, and now the response is now your response will be in public, and I will now be in a video with old boy talking about whatever your boyfriend's looking for me or something. I'm just saying, you wanted the messages to be in public though. You wanted that. I told you. I said rookie move. You could have just if you felt that way, just
He's
in the house.
He can't.
My
boy. I still don't know your name. Kiki's.
I give you a pass.
Kiki's ex.
She's not a rookie.
Immediately no.
Yeah. Definitely not a rookie.
She's
that was
not
a bad move. All right.
Crazy.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen, you got. I'm going to tell you something
that
else
video,
too.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
So that's an immediately yes for that video.
Okay. Immediately yes. There it is.
Shout out to Keith.
I want to talk about another woman who's been on a tear this year, and she's also in Georgia, in Atlanta. Her name's Fannie Willis. And let me tell you, she's passing out Ricos like Oprah Winfrey around here. You get a Rico. You get a Rico. Everyone's a Rico. Because the Rico charge.
Who is Fanny?
Fanny is the district attorney.
Willis.
She's the district attorney, the black district attorney of Atlanta, Georgia. And she was the one that put the YSL behind bars. And with Young Thug and that gun and that whole thing. And she's also done that, dismembered that gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Then she got Trump. Okay. Trump was just indicted for messing around with the votes in 2020 down here, whatever. It's not just Trump, too. It's a couple of she got Trump's affiliates, too. All the people that conspired with him or whatever. I think one of the publicists for R. Kelly, of all people, and Kanye or whatever, like was caught up in this as well, too. Olivia something. But like they're all of them or whatever.
A Pope? Yeah.
Not Pope. It wasn't Olivia Pope. But
okay, so what a Rico? What's a Rico?
Rico is like,
I'm sorry,
so a Rico is...
All right, everybody, here we go.
All right, so there's a RICO charge is when you're racketeering, you know what I'm saying, and you're doing, illegal, you know what I mean, conspiracy, you know what I mean, organization, you see what I'm saying?
It's like intent to distribute.
To do all kind of
group effort.
Yes, a group, y'all.
Okay, we're part of a group.
Yeah,
so everybody going to
Okay, we're
and she's just like she's had I was gonna say hard on with pause.
A mission.
But
she's on a mission.
She's been on a mission.
Wow, some of your sayings today.
I'm just like,
yeah.
Wow. You find a way, man.
I just be saying what I be thinking. Like, okay,
yeah, what sometimes you shouldn't say it.
Whoa, immediately no. Immediately pause. No. Listen, but no, she's been seriously back, like she's been on a trail,
a mission
to like, clean up Atlanta.
Okay, so this is her job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people think that, I mean.
Okay, so she's doing her job. Is this what are we?
But Trump just it's Trump though. It's Donald Trump. And it's Trump, messing around, doing what he do. And now here's the thing. Trump got about 100 indictments. Enrico. Why is never in jail?
But Tory Lane's 10 years.
Tory Lane going to do a 10-piece.
I'm just saying, there's suspicious red flags.
There's just something going on, man, with this, man. Seriously. Yeah. Something is not right.
100 indictments.
100 indictments. This man's like, I'm in golf course tomorrow in Florida. Like,
vote for me for president.
Hey, I'm running for president?
Yeah, I'm still running.
What? How do you do that?
There's not some kind of like clause, like if you
like ghetto,
you can't run for president and have 100 indictments.
If the states are like trying to put you in jail, you can't run for president of these such states.
And I'm just stating facts.
Doesn't even make sense.
Trump fans, hey, more power to you. But what I'm saying is, also you're indicted for messing around with the votes. You're
and you gonna run again.
And you finna run again. This man is indicted for messing with votes. He can't run again. No. Like this automatic disqualification. You messing with the votes.
I swear.
Like he's been
America.
Like come on now.
I know, don't embarrass us.
Don't embarrass us like it's America. Europe is looking at us very crazy right now.
They're super crazy.
They're super sus. So spachosa.
But I don't understand why we're talking about Fanny, because it seems like, I don't know, but she's doing her job.
She's doing her thing.
Okay.
She's doing her job very well. Hey, you get a Rico, I get a Rico. Not me. Yes. Thank you. But I keep. Hey, I
don't even do nothing.
Exactly. Nothing at all.
I'm a regular person.
What we got here? We got hold on.
That's just sad.
All right, listen. Let's switch over to something that's very sad to me.
Oh God! All
right, this is very sad.
I don't know what you gonna say.
Movies with the misses. I used to love Blindside. The movie Blindside. Yeah. Michael Orr. He from Memphis, Tennessee. M-Town, hold on, stand on greatness.
Yeah.
This man's story inspired me. I thought it was some good, wholesome, clean white people.
You loved it.
Because my wife is half white. You know what I'm saying? And her side of the family.
Don't bring me into this.
No, your side of the family.
I'm just saying.
Your side of the family is really good. Shout out to Aunt Carol, Uncle Dave.
I'm just saying. My name's Bennett. I don't want to be in it with this.
Courtney Grant, what up? Nah, Seattle, my people. My people in Seattle. But
don't mention that when you're talking about some shady.
No, I just want to talk about, I thought these people were wholesome
white people. Yeah, now you want to begin,
but they're not wholesome.
My wife's
what
biracial.
They did they was
as
like,
a matter of fact.
No, I'm telling you about half your people.
Not the see.
This is half of your people.
These are not my kind of people. These were some Memphis folks.
Hold on.
Some Memphis folks. First of all, you guys,
hey, we know Memphis with the shit. We know Memphis with the you know what.
We all know because and
that's what
they want. Hey, it's what you got to do sometimes. Yeah, you got to survive out there.
You got to survive.
Yeah. Okay.
So what they did to survive was just.
But they weren't. That's not surviving.
Let me say what they did. What they did was they tricked this man. They bamboozled him. They ran him up. You know, he ran astray. He's been hoodwinked, Jack.
Okay, wait. So people that don't know the story, he was taken into their family.
Yeah.
They took him. He lived with them, and they provided him,
shelter.
a stable place.
Yeah.
And then he
got him in a good school.
got
Christian
him in a good
Brothers,
school.
and then he went to Ole Miss.
He went to the NFL.
Okay, Christian Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, and he went to the NFL.
And they wrote a book about it.
And then it was made into a movie starring Sandra Bullock. And it was a great movie. It was very successful.
Yeah. So
then the new news is that when right after he turned 18, they had him sign some papers, and he's thinking, there must be like adoption papers. I don't know, like this is making this official. What it was like power of attorney, which what that means is like whatever we do,
I'm your financial conservator.
Do it in your name because we have. Now we have rights to your name, and we can do things in your name. And they were able to put royalties, all the back end of money and stuff to
books,
come to them.
the film, all of that came to them. He didn't get any of that. And
they took advantage.
They took advantage of him. You know what I mean? And that was just like an immediately no.
Immediately no. And that has no respect of color or anything, because we see this happen with and sometimes it's parents. It's like your biological parents taking kids, we're talking that are
and taking full advantage,
making money taking advantage, taking their money. And then sometimes it's just people managers or people that get themselves in to be able to do this, and that's what these people did, and that is unfortunate. And that's why I said the color is green, because when money comes around, this is people's true colors.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah.
And the thing about that too is this: I look at them. Look at that scenario, and I said, man, why did it take him so long to find out? Because I know he had to have lawyers when he got his NFL contract and stuff like that. He has a pretty successful season. But I also think about stuff like this too. When you focus on your craft and you're doing that thing, and you got certain people that's taking care of your money and finances and all that or whatever and stuff maybe he thought things would be taken care of, and then you were not playing anymore. And some people was like, "Oh, this is just a move where he's reaching to get some bread because he ain't playing no more."
I'm sure they were assuring him that everything's taken care of, and
you find out it's not. You know what I mean? And immediately you want to get what's yours.
Why wouldn't you believe people that have done positive things for you, or But if people have manipulated you, especially if they had more knowledge at that time, which happens a lot with artists as well, that they come in and they're just like, sign this, do that. And then all of a sudden they own all your royalties. But it's not even that. You don't even know that royalties to this means this, or what these things even mean. You know what I mean? Or the rights to this or that. Or if you don't know, because you could read it, but it could just be, what does that even mean? And they're explaining to you whatever they're manipulating.
You trust your circle once again, man. You trust your circle. And then who better to trust than somebody that took you in?
Yeah, or I'm giving you this upfront money, which is a little money compared
but just
to the
in the fact that somebody who took them in though is what
with this situation,
with this situation, like you know what I mean, is who took them out. And then once again, like I talk about the Lizzo situation, is that you know what I'm saying? People you bring in is the one that could take you out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Like there seems to be a constant theme through this thread. You know what I mean?
It's different in the fact that he at the time was a minor when they took him in. So that when you take advantage or manipulate someone who's a child, and you're an adult,
you're a weirdo.
I have a real problem.
That's
with
a problem. With immediately no.
That's a lot of power.
And taking advantage of, man. And I hate that to be.
That's a different kind of evil.
Evil. Yeah.
Evil.
It's premeditated evil.
That's just
Shame on you, people.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Speaking of power,
what you got?
Force with on Stars.
Oh, okay, yeah,
with
Force.
Tommy.
Yeah, with Tommy
that
from
comes back on.
Yeah,
season 2 is coming September 1st.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. Man.
All right. You like that Force?
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's definitely a good actor. You know what I mean? And he has
in Chicago.
He has a definite look. You know what I'm saying about himself. He looks like almost a AI. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little
AI
bit
character.
like an AI character. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he definitely gets into it, man. 50 Cent is doing more winning over there. A lot more winning. Immediately, yes. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them.
For sure, man.
All right, so Beyonce pays $100K just in DC for them to keep the metro open like 2 hours longer.
Yeah.
Just so they could go to their show.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, that's immediately. Yes. Shout out to Beyonce. I know that she just came through Atlanta.
Yeah.
She came through Atlanta. She came through Atlanta, and I mean, like everybody said, the show was incredible.
Big Queen.
Yeah.
Big Queen came through. Her daughter on stage. You know what I mean? Blue doing her thing. I love to see that.
And young Queen Blue.
Queen Blue coming on through. Come on, you know what I mean?
That has a whole nother generation now.
Yeah.
Like I see that's awesome.
I love what is that going on with that.
Immediately, yes.
But the $100,000. I mean, yeah, for sure, because your tour just is the highest grossing tour ever at $561 million.
I want to make sure you get there, you get back.
I'm gonna make sure you're there. I'm gonna make sure.
Come on out.
What do you
need a ride back?
Tell the city to keep it open.
I'm gonna get Ubers for everybody. Let me make a half a billy on a tour.
Yeah.
I'm buying Ubers for everybody when you come home, when you leave. You tipsy? I'm sitting there. Ubers on me.
No worry.
Ubers on me. Ubers on me. We gotta discuss Hawaii.
Hawaii. Condolences to everyone in Hawaii, the whole Hawaiian culture for this tragedy.
This is horrible, man. Shout out to The Rock and Jason Momoa. They're definitely doing things too on the ground to help. But it's just so
all
sad.
The people.
It's like those beautiful places like Hawaii. It's like the same thing that make you laugh and make you cry. It's like it's so beautiful, and then it becomes deadly. It's kind of like the same way with the weather when those hurricanes and those storms come through.
Does it have anything to do with that? Because to me, it's like, okay, remember when Katrina happened? That's not necessarily a beautiful place, but like something happened and they were not warned in a way that needed to be warned. So that they could. Yeah, I don't know the details, but it just didn't seem. And to me, I don't again know all the details, but were they warned with enough? Because this is a place that can have like volcanoes or earthquakes or tsunamis or things
fires.
like this. Yeah, this was a fire. Like, was there some kind of system to be able to warn people?
How do fires like that start? Like, you know what I mean? Is someone starting the fire?
No. They said because it's like brush and it was like the wind and the brush, and because it was so dry, it just started a small spark can start in like, dry land and it just spread.
Yeah, it is, right?
California be getting hit all the time.
It's just the fire. I mean,
but then to warn people, like, is there
I rode through
the
Malibu
system?
one time, and I saw like when I was in Malibu after the fires hit them. And I saw all those land and everything that just burned like that.
But I remember them being warned. I just remember seeing them all being warned to get out. And I mean, again, I'm not trying to push this narrative because I don't know, but they all were a certain, predominantly, they were predominantly, Caucasian people in California when that happened. It seemed like they were being warned so they can get out. And it's tragic no matter where. Yeah. But I'm just saying when I see things like this where so many people
were affected.
And it's just like, I just want to know. It's just a question. Is the system,
maybe we got definitely look more into that. But
I'm sure someone will. But just no matter what. Absolutely.
That's affected by that.
Absolutely. Everyone in Hawaii.
Indeed. We're going to do our part. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
For those that don't know, like the effects of wildfire, it's this documentary. I don't know if y'all seen it on Netflix. And I think it's called Wildfire, but it's about like some of the wildfires that happen out in California. Y'all should check it out. It's crazy.
Yeah, I definitely
like from people on the ground. Like, boy, I was like, damn.
Because how can you fight against that? It's spreading.
That's Mother Nature, and she undefeated.
Indeed, there's nothing you can do about it. Shout out to Kevin Hart. We've been watching his Heart to Heart.
Right, it's like on season 3.
Season 3 is on Peacock.
Yeah.
And he got some really great interviews on that. I laughed a lot with the one he had with Will Ferrell.
Yeah, we watched Will Ferrell.
Him and Will Ferrell was very funny. So that's something to check out.
Michael Blackson got a new show too.
He does.
It's on BET Plus.
Okay.
Produced by Tyler Perry, the Michael Blackson show. It's super dope.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny.
Yeah, he's definitely been funny for a long time. Got to check out Michael Blackson, man.
Whole lot
and
of
Cap.
It's not her fault though. She played a character that was clearly made up.
Who?
Sandra Bullock won a.
They want to get an Oscar back?
Yeah, she won an Oscar, but that's not fair. She's an actress. She was acting, playing a role, and it was just not a real role that they.
No, it ain't real. Folks that might not give this shit back.
Just take out that based on a true story part.
She did a good job
because it was based on a lie.
Crazy.
But they have to take that out. They can say based on a true story when it was based on a lie. Then
but then her Oscar was based on her performance.
Right. So that's that.
So that's that on that.
Like, that's that.
I ain't with that. No.
But just as far as like the movie going forward.
Yeah, counsel his mom though. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Counsel them from the parents for that.
Yeah, both of them in this.
Yeah, counsel them for that. You know, immediately no. Might need to go ahead and I told him he might need to get a chair and hit their ass from the blind side. What he need to do if it was me.
Yeah, man. Get some of that. Let that Montgomery.
Man, you don't do it yourself.
Let that brawl come out of you. You know what I'm saying? With that brawl, exactly. Not yourself.
Yeah,
but you know,
if that was to happen.
Yeah, you don't do those kind of
things.
Who knows?
Yourself. I mean, now that I'm just saying.
We don't do it yourself.
Now that it's a lot of people are upset about what has happened. No, but I'm just saying a lot of people are upset by what they've heard. So if something was to happen to, I wouldn't feel safe if I was them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I just think I said, man, they hit old boy from the blind side, and they should be hit from the blind side with a chair from the brawl. You know what I mean?
I think they should be hit in the pockets, in the money, everything that they tried to do. I think that plus more needs to be.
Plus, when you just go into the car,
make that right.
And after you left the bank and you done paid that man with your own.
Make that right.
Then when you go to the car and you get ready to get in your car, somebody out of nowhere, wham!
I don't think it should become physical. I think it should hurt them where they really care. Clearly, they care about money. So that's where their pockets is where it really needs to be. They need to be hit. Their whatever assets they have that needs to be hit.
Immediately, yes. Indeed, man. Listen, man. Thank y'all again for watching the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. You know it's one hard ass podcast. Make sure y'all follow us and subscribe to our vibe because we all the way live. You know what I'm saying? We got another episode coming. We might have an athlete. We may have a producer. We may have a rapper. We may have a comedian. Ain't no telling who. Ain't no telling what you're going to see next week, but you want to make sure you have your face in the place. You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely coming like running water, baby. You want to take us out here, DeRone? What's going on with you, man?
You know, I'm just dropping new music, man.
New music is on the way,
It's on the way, man.
Yeah, man.
I think I'm playing with y'all there.
Hey, new music on the way, man.
That's all I'm going to say, man.
Yeah, indeed, man. Immediately, yes. Queen Folk, take us out of here, man. Yes.
Yeah, and check out our nonprofit, Autism Advocates. You can check us out on IG at autism.advocates or our website's autismadvocates.org. We appreciate your support. Indeed. That is the message we talked about Lizzo with that message. That is in line with our message. Like all people of all abilities, all shapes, sizes, colors, all of that are all valuable.
Definitely.
So love wins.
Indeed. Love wins. Yes. All right, shall y'all be blessed like y'all be blessed and let them suckers and niggas and Nates and Nancy's have all the rest. It's the Immediately Kinfolk Podcast. Y'all be cool, y'all. Immediately Kinfolk. Immediately.
This is too much.
Immediately.
Bye-bye. Gotta go, guys. Gotta blast.
Immediately, I walk up in the room.